Welcome, Knights fans, to Montreal Canadiens hockey. And boy, howdy, if you're not a fan of the Habs, how boring is it? I'm pretty sure that arena was asleep for most of the game, minus the 2 goals that went in. Without further ado, welcome to the worst sports channel on YouTube, Hawk Garbage Sports, with me, Coach Ryan D. Habs split the series. Habs have home ice advantage. They have done what they needed to do on the road. It is a 1-1 series. Now, Knights fans, you're going to be sitting there saying, nope, sorry, Coach Ryan D. The Knights just didn't play their game tonight. And you'd be wrong. So stay tuned till the end of the video so we can explain just how frustratingly annoying and effective Habs hockey really is. Roll the intro.
Here's Lemieux, the center penalty coming up. Look at Lemieux. Oh my goodness.
And before we get into the train wreck and allow you all in the Vegas Golden Knights area to join Jets and Leafs fans in your pit of wallows and sorrows, where you end up talking about how your team didn't play well and your team lost, Montreal didn't win. I've been on the ride before. I've got the t-shirt. I'm a frequent flyer. That's not the case anymore. However, before we get into it, hit a like, hit subscribe, join the channel. We're growing like gangbusters. Thank you to all of you. We've only been around for 10 weeks. We're approaching 1,500 subscribers. So get on a train. Train's leaving. Choo-choo, baby. Okay, so what ended up happening in tonight's game? When we said last video, by the way, link to it above. We said last video that if Montreal gains the lead, they are a totally different team. So the first goal in this game was going to not only mean a lot for this game, but quote me now, it's going to mean a lot for this series. If Montreal doesn't get the first goal in this game, I truly think this series could be over. Even though it's only 2 games, Montreal is not used to playing without the lead. So they go ahead, they get their happy lead back. They came out like a house on fire, tons of shots in the first half of the game. Goal 1 by Joel Armia. And it's just a totally different Habs team after that. The swagger that they get and the swagger that Carey Price gets once they play with the lead, they shut down, don't go into a collapse trap style defense. They bore you to death and put you into a very sleepy state, but they don't ask you how you win. It's not about style points. It's just about W's. And Montreal is incredible, absolutely incredible at producing W's. They've done it twice to 2 very high-powered, excellent teams. And I know Vegas is better than both those teams, but they have shown they can do it for a 3rd time. So you have to believe in the Habs at this point. This is a real series. This isn't a 4-game sweep. I saw it from Knights fans. I saw it from Leafs fans, and I saw it from Jets fans. It's going to be a sweep. It's going to be a sweep. It's going to be easy. It's not. Not anymore. This is a purposeful game plan by the Montreal Canadiens. They allow Carey Price to make some key saves, and boy, were there some key saves today. My goodness, did he make some post-to-post saves to keep the Habs in this game. Outside of 3 or 4 really key saves, though, by Carey Price, Montreal as a unit did an excellent job keeping the shots to the outside and keeping Vegas, frankly, asleep. Let's also talk about Corey Perry and the Habs 4th line. How effective is Corey Perry? Love him or hate him? Him and Ryan Reeves had some excellent battles tonight, and I got to give my hats off to both those gentlemen. They stay disciplined, they stay clean. You could see them trying to bait each other into a penalty. No one was biting. Couple whacks, couple slashes. That's playoff hockey for you. Perry even taking a few spears on the ice trying to cover up a puck. You want to talk about intent to injure? Guys down just playing the puck. Give me a break. Stab away. That's playoff hockey. Nothing wrong with it by the Knights, in my opinion. It's just the way the game goes. You know, there's no honor amongst thieves at times. Or is there? Perry and Reeves, pretty honorable guys in today's game. So good on them. And I loved the Corey Perry wink over to Carey Price. What an excellent moment. Feel good, highlight real stuff. The shots end up being 12-4 for Montreal in the first, and Montreal is in sound control of the game by then. And then once they're able to score 3 goals, they go up 3 goals, completely unanswered. This looks like a Montreal domination. Tyler Toffoli with goal number 2. Paul Byron with a beautiful breakaway, laying out Marc-Andre Fleury, who misses the poke check for goal number 3. You started to think it was over, and then the Knights got 1, and it happened off that faceoff. The Montreal faceoff problems in their own zone. They out-faced off them. What was the stats? 60% to Montreal, but people are going to focus on those face-offs that end up causing goals, and that's 4 goals in this series now off a face-off. Pietrangelo was a beast, ends up scoring 2 for the Knights. What rocket shots. I'm taking a look at the forum seeing Knights fans are giving Pietrangelo a hard time all year. Why? This guy's amazing. Pull your head out of the sand and realize that you have one of the most elite defensemen in the league. Go ahead, hit me below in the comments and tell me why I'm wrong, but I'm not. He is that darn good, and what a great game by him tonight. 2 pucks that had eyes that beat Carey Price, and that is the best way to beat Carey Price. If he can't see it, he likely can't stop it, and he didn't see either of those shots coming in. Really, really nice job by Pietrangelo and the Knights, and you started to think just a little bit, are the Knights going to come back and do this? I've seen them do it a couple times against Colorado, but no, that shutdown style defense from Montreal ends up holding, and now they have home ice advantage, they being the Habs. I also feel that Knights fans, as loud and crazy as they are in the building, I mean, there was a freaking beach ball last game. There was people giving them crap for it. Knights fans, I love that. Just like I love the bunch of jerks in Carolina. I love that American hockey fans have taken a stiff, rugged, frankly, in my opinion, boring game at times and just made it super fun. You go to a game anywhere in Canada, there's just like a decorum you have to have when watching it, even when the crowd's hot and into it. You go to a game in the States, the freaking party. I love it. I love the NFL style crowds coming back into it. It's fantastic. Beach balls for days. Bring them back. Where am I going with this, coach? Well, why did the crowd go quiet? I understand that watching Montreal is a snooze fest. It's a huge snooze fest, and that's not a shot at Montreal. The New Jersey Devils prided themselves winning cups this way. Again, they don't ask you how, just how many. They're looking for 25. But Vegas, next time that game comes back to you at home, you guys got to rally, even if you are behind and it is quiet and it's just, boring Montreal. Get back to that loud, because, well, Montreal fans are smiling at home and the Canadiens are smiling going, thought you were loud. It was pretty quiet most of that game. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the clips from tonight's game. All right, so goal 1 is nothing more than a lucky bounce, but we said this with the Isles and Tampa Bay game. You got to be good to get lucky, and putting pucks on net is a rational play to do in hockey. Throw pucks at the net, you never know what's going to happen, and that is how this goal goes in. You can see right here, pucks at the bottom corner of your screen, a little bit fuzzy. Player is going to score. Joel Armia, bottom left corner of the screen. He just took a nice big hit. He's going to sneak out here. This puck ends up banking off a skate, rough bank, and it's going to float all the way over here. Pure puck luck, but at the same time, Joel Armia is in the right place at the right time, and he finds a way to bury it. You got to be good to be lucky. Okay, so you remember we said last game that Vegas was able to take over the middle on Montreal at will. Well, take a look here. Now, all of a sudden, if you take a look in the middle of the ice, there is great team defense by the Habs. This is totally different than last game. You have the Habs clogging up the middle like they weren't last game. They're taking away middle ice space and giving Carey Price the chance to make a save, which he makes in spades here. Yes, the shots are 7-1, but this is Habs hockey. Vegas was able to penetrate this defense pretty easily last game, so we'll see if they can turn it around going on the road to Montreal. Okay, so you can see again another example of Vegas in the middle of the ice. Montreal has a much tighter system inside the middle of the ice again today. Puck ends up going up high here. Now, Montreal has done a good job of taking care of Vegas, but this mid-lane drive, he's going to drive through to the far left corner here, ends up pushing the Montreal defense back, and the new puck carrier is going to walk in and be able to get a shot. But because there is less room in the middle of the ice at this point, Carey Price is able to see the puck and adjust to the angle. Is this ideal? No, you probably want to pick up the trailer, but when you got a goalie like Carey Price, you can get away with some of this. So good job clogging up the middle. Good job by Vegas. Price just ends up winning the day. So you can see it here. He ends up taking the one defenseman with him. Second defenseman over here. Our third man ends up stepping up, but he's caught flat-footed. He's going to make a quick little move around here. Price is going to save it. Much better job clogging up the middle by Montreal this time. So there's a lot of talk about face-offs in this game. We're going to go over a couple by Nick Suzuki. He actually generates the second goal due to an offensive face-off win, but he also causes 2 goals due to 2 inept face-off draws as well too. So let's go ahead and take a look at that offensive face-off. Okay, so here you go. Suzuki is going to win the draw back to Petry, Mr. Zombie Man himself. How about those eyes? Crazy, eh? Unbelievable that that's benign. We're going to end up seeing a couple plays through, and this results in a goal directly off the face-off, maybe 2 or 3 little moves after. So Suzuki won it over to the wall, moved it up to Petry. Really nice job here. Petry ended up moving it over here to Caufield. Caufield ends up skating up with it, and now Vegas is caught on their heels. They're way too collapsed in their zone. This all starts with the Nick Suzuki faceoff. Caufield ends up moving it over to Toffoli, who ends up going through what you can see is a very big screen for Marc-Andre Fleury. Again, not on Fleury. Fleury played great, but it ends up being kind of a whiffle of a shot. It goes in under in his 5-hole. This all starts off of 1-1 face-off. Nice job, Suzuki. Good pass, Caufield. Pietrangelo almost gets his third point here. Little bit of a defensive zone breakdown by Montreal. Now you have 1, 2, 3 Habs in the shooting lane here, so this could also just be classified as a really good pass. They are in the way. He ends up making that pass across the Royal Road. Link above if you want to know what the Royal Road is. Ends up getting a beautiful, beautiful shot on Carey Price, but what a leg push by Price. Unbelievable. Keeps him in the game. This, to me, changed the course of the whole game. Most important play in the game by far. I mean, here you go. It's coming in off Price's leg. Like, this should be illegal. Give a guy a fine. 2 minutes for cheating. I don't freaking know. It's playoff Price. Get used to it, Knights. It's unbelievable. And here's another example. Even when you get a little bit of puck luck, puck's right here. The net is wide open. What are you going to do with it? Nothing. Carey Price is going to make the save again. Okay, and then we move to the Paul Byron goal. Here's Paul Byron right here. Puck has just been chipped way up the wall. What ends up happening is that Nick Holden down here, and I know Holden's young. He hasn't played a ton of games in the NHL. I get it. We're getting a lot out of him. But Holden needs to recognize one thing. This is a 1-on-2. I've said it a million times on this channel. Hockey is about creating 2-on-1 chances all over the ice, micro 2-on-1s. When you're on offense, you want the 2-on-1. When you're on defense, you want the 2-on-1 the other way to take the puck away. Holden doesn't identify that there are 2 Montreal Canadiens players here, and he ends up pinching. Why would you pinch? Big question mark here. I know you think you can get the puck, but at all times, if there is a 2-on-1 situation, you are supposed to contain. He doesn't contain, it causes a breakaway. Beautiful goal by Byron. And here's another angle for it. He thinks he has a play on this puck. He's pinching because he believes 100% in his mind he can get the puck. I get the game moves fast. You got to make decisions. But nothing is ever 100%, and you have to recognize when you're outnumbered. And then look at that gorgeous angle. Puck's right here. Fleury goes for a beautiful poke check. Fleury's an awesome goalie. Byron knew the poke check was coming. It's Fleury's favorite move. He ends up shelving it. 3-0 Habs. And the arena is quiet as a church mouse. Okay, goal number 1 for the Knights. Pietrangelo's up here at the top. Puck's right here. Price can't see anything. Here's your Call of Duty hitboxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, that's a lot of hitboxes in the way. Even I could hit one of those shots in a first-person shooter if there are that many people standing next to each other. But we're not talking about first-person shooters. We're talking about a goalie being able to see. Price is still looking for the puck. He hasn't moved down into his butterfly yet. He won't move down into his butterfly until it's way too late because he can't see it. You can't stop what you can't see. Great shot by Pietrangelo. You can see here by the time the puck gets to him, it's somewhere just under his glove here. He's just moving into his butterfly. That's not what you want to be doing as a goalie. I see lots of people in the comments say, stay big, stay standing. That's not what you do. You go down into your butterfly and get big in your butterfly. But Price didn't get down there early enough because he couldn't see. Okay, so goal number 2 off the faceoff. Again, it's a Suzuki faceoff. I want to walk you through. I mean, there are a lot of coaches that focus on faceoffs, but I don't think Montreal is focusing on their D-zone faceoff the way you need to. You have 1 winger, you have 2 wingers. On this draw, if this is a lost draw, what is supposed to happen is this winger is supposed to cut in and come up into the shot lane to block or support in the center dot if it's a tie-up. This winger is supposed to make his way out to the point to block the shot. But he doesn't. They take the exact same path. So yes, the lost draw sucks, but the winger also follows the same path, and you have 2 guys going to the same spot in the point, and what ends up happening is the puck pushes out to where that winger was supposed to be, and Pietrangelo scores. So here you go, a couple frames later, lost puck. There you go. You got 2 Habs pushing out from the draw to the same spot. Pietrangelo is over here hiding, and that puck is just going to sneak over to him. There you go, and Pietrangelo beats Price short side. But that ends up being it. The last salvo at the end isn't enough. Weber blocks another shot. That guy looks like he's in so much pain. What you are going to find on this channel, though, are breakdowns that you just won't see when watching hockey because there simply isn't enough time. I have to end up spending anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute and a half just on a simple little face-off detail for two wingers in order to show you what truly went on to cause that goal. They're just going to talk about the Suzuki tie-up, but that isn't the whole story. This is a game that is beautiful, full of incredible nuances that you just won't find on any other channel but Hot Garbage Sports. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more to digest. It gets you off the back of Suzuki a little bit. Denal did an excellent job stepping into the face-off on the D zone, but he can't take every draw. Suzuki got a goal. Suzuki caused a goal, but I would argue that second goal, 25% on Suzuki. I'm giving the other 25%. No, 50% to the Montreal winger, and I'll give 25% on that to Carey Price because it's short side. So that's a team breakdown. And you know what? Let's throw in a little 10% for the coach. Let's move it up to 110% because coach, I mean, it's a face-off. You have meetings on this all the time. If there is one structured play in hockey, it's a face-off. When you're moving really quickly after a 2-3 minute go without a whistle, you're not on the ice for 2 or 3 minutes, silly. I'm just saying when it's 2 or 3 minutes without a whistle, things get congested, confused, and plays break down all the time. Then you have to use instincts. On a face-off, it's a stop-start play. There's a route you're supposed to run like a wide receiver in football, and you run the wrong route, a goal goes in. Unreal. What a good game by the Habs. They now have home ice advantage. Vegas, I'm telling you right now, this is Habs hockey. I'm not saying the Habs are going to take next game or the series because I am done making predictions about Montreal. They'll just put egg on your face. If I say the Knights are going to win, Habs got it. If I say the Habs are going to win, they'll blow it somehow. They're the Habs. So I'm staying away from it. We're just going to break down and enjoy this series and see who ends up winning. We'll see you for 3,500 fans in Montreal for Game 3. This has been Coach Ryan D.